The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Yeah, Raiders got that dub. This is a highlight show, so we're just going to jump right in. It didn't look good in the beginning. The Raider run defense is something to be concerned about going forward. And that's where the Eagles started with the Raiders Sunday. Sometimes that Raider run defense looks like a crowd of protesters standing in front of a bus on a hill. So what happens when you can run? You can pass, especially off of play action. And that's what Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts does right here to tight end Dallas Goedert for 25 yards. Then he goes over the middle to running back Kenneth Gainwell for a 13-yard touchdown. But that's okay. Derek Carr and offensive coordinator Greg Olsen cooked up a master plan. He started with play action passes, something Gruden didn't do that slows down the pass rush. He threw short passes on first down to stay on schedule with the sticks, and he involved speedster Henry Ruggs in doing so. And the Raiders ran the ball much better because the defense didn't know exactly when it was coming. That would lull them to sleep for them to do exactly what they wanted to do, which is throw the deep ball. And there it is, y'all. A back shoulder dime to Zay Jones. And it ain't a Raider highlight if I don't say Hunter Renfro's name. So there he is, 15 yards on 2nd and 21. But instead of a touchdown, it would lead to a doggone interception off the hand of Jalen Richard. But there would be no points given away by the Raider defense for a while after that. Yannick Ngakoue with the rush and Corey Littleton with the coverage to blow that up. And oh, it's him again. Ngakoue bats down the pass. He's going to show up a lot in this game. And look at here, y'all. Carr off a play action again, and this time they even got him out of the pocket with it. Now we turn around, second quarter, and the Raiders are still rolling with that play action, this time to Josh Jacobs. The Raiders are actually starting to act like they have a game plan on offense. And what do you know, the running game is still working. Kenyon Drake has some green grass to roll through. Now it's time to roll a heat check on the running game. Oh yeah, baby, we still hot. And what can you do when you can run? You can run play action passes like this touchdown to tight end Foster Moreau. And when the Eagles get the ball back, Yannick Ngakoue shows up again. But Hurts is mobile and can do things like this. But if you keep coming like Ngakoue always does, you get him like Ngakoue got him later in that drive. And that would force a punt. Then the Raiders would have to start from the shadow of their own goal line. And that's a good start from Carr to Bryan Edwards. Then he goes short to Ruggs. He's more than a deep threat after all, right? Then we got a screen to Renfro. And Marcus Mariota is back, y'all. He doesn't make a big play here, but I'm happy as I don't know what because he got up. Oh, and this is the same drive as they're matriculating the ball down the field. And that's another short one to Ruggs. And what do we have here? A screen to a running back. That's Jacobs right there. I forgot screens existed during the Gruden era. Then from there, Jacobs gonna hit the corner for an 8-yard touchdown. But he would leave the game with a chest contusion. Head coach Rich Bisaccia said he's going to be fine though. So now the Eagles are trying to close the half with some points, but instead, they're going to turn that thing over. And Carr, who hit on 16 straight passes, misfires on this one. But you can see on the replay there's a reason for it. Brandon Parker gets beat again, and his man hits Carr's arm. So the Raiders got to settle for a Daniel Carlson field goal and 3 points. Then they come back from halftime and the Eagles try some trickeration, but Alec Ingold says, "Sorry, I can't slip and let you do that right now." Then Ruggs gets a ridiculous unnecessary roughness penalty on this jet sweep. Here's the real. Being a Raider, number 11, offense, 15-yard penalty, still second down. But that's okay. The Raiders ain't letting that good field position go to waste. There goes Carr to Moreau, who was in Darren Waller's stead. Then Drake, who was in Jacobs' stead, started running like Jacobs. That's how you move the pile right there. Yeah, we're going to have to give that one another look, because he was looking real Jacobs-like. Now after a run like that, who else you going to give the ball to score the touchdown? Now the Eagles have the ball down 24-7, and Solomon Thomas is coming, but Hurts gets it off, and Jonathan Abram was coming too. Let's take another look at this. Thomas should have had the sack. He's going to wrap his arms around Hurts' arm, but Quentin Jefferson's arm takes his arm off, and Hurts is able to get the ball off. But either way, the Raiders get the ball back soon thereafter, and Carr goes short to Jalen Richard. Then here comes Foster Moreau again. Then Carr goes across the middle to Bryan Edwards. And what does he get soon thereafter for his efforts? He gets a touchdown catch. So then the Eagles get the ball back. Hurts is running. He slides late, and somehow that's a penalty. Quarterback's got to get down sooner than that. Look at this. Man, he launched himself before that slide. So tack on 15 yards and Hurts goes to work from there. That's 18, 19 yards to Gobert. That gets the Eagles close. Then Karma flew up high and bit the Eagles in the behind. The turnover more than makes up for that whack penalty. So it's 30-7 Raiders late in the third quarter. Time to run the clock out, right? Right, but we got one problem here. The Raiders got a rookie offensive lineman and he just got called for holding. Ain't that about a B with a big itch? That right there is why veterans make rookies pay for all the food when they go out to eat. So while in the shadow of their goal line, they run the ball so they can punt it. Now we turn around again because it's the fourth quarter. And this Hurts to Gobert is getting old. Somebody please cover him. Then Hurts is back to pass, doesn't like what he sees, so he rips off a 16-yard run. That got old fast. Then it's a 1-yard touchdown run for Boston Scott, and that got old even faster. So the Raiders get the ball back and decide to throw it down the field one more time, this time to Ingold. And you know the running game works after you complete one deep. And that would lead to this field goal to put the Raiders up 19 with 7:22 left. But them boys from Philly got hard. They're not trying to give up. The Raider D ain't trying to make it easy on them either. Ngakwe's on the chase and makes him throw it away. This time it's Carl Nassib and Cleveland Ferrell on the chase. And plays like this are why Carson Wentz up out of there. they're looking for more of that in the future. Then he gets the extra point to make it 33-22 with 3:50 left. Then after a brief stint with the ball, the Raiders get this beautiful punt from A.J. Cole, with Zay Jones coming through to down it. And Hurts is still trying to give the Raiders that work. But then he's about to get that work from Thomas. Then Jefferson gets after him. But on this night, the closer would be none other than Yannick Ngakoue. And that's game, set, match. Raiders.
Yeah. Brought my boy Elias in. We're going to talk about what we just saw in the highlights. Man, what you, there's a lot to like. Tell me what you like, man.
Yeah, man, Raiders.
That's
you know,
right.
it was a fun game, man. It was a fun game. There was a lot of Eagles fans there this game. They were loud, and it was so fun to watch them walk away sad. So that was a blast, man. And they left early too, like the third quarter. I feel bad. They showed up from Philly to watch half a game. So
Wow.
That's what happens, man. That's what happens. Can't beat the house. You can't beat the house.
Exactly. It's like casinos. You can't beat the house.
Yeah.
Man, so my defensive game ball is going to none other than Yannick Ngakoue. He was after the quarterback all day. I mean, he chased him around, got a couple of sacks. I think he had one bat down. Man, he was trouble. Gotta love it. He was trouble.
Yeah, he did awesome, man. And it's good to see him break out because he needs to get some sacks because, the more my guy that I'll be picking, the more highlights he gets up there. We need that other end to start,
Go ahead and say who you're picking.
I got Max Crosby, man. I mean, I think he helps make it easier on the other side, but the play that really just exemplified who he is was that one where he flew over the defensive line and stopped Jalen Hurts, early. You know what I mean?
That was something else. That was.
To see a defensive lineman do that, man, right? Max Crosby doing that, using his big arm, stopping him, and then the next play, fumble, turnover. It's like that type of hustle. We were rewarded for that. So, I mean, when I see Max Crosby doing this thing, leading the league in pressures, QB hits, damn, man, our defense.
Doesn't it remind you of when we had Khalil Mack?
Honestly, man, I'll be honest. I like Max better. I do. I know Khalil is better.
I like him better because he's a Raider, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm liking Max. I just like who and what he is. I like his hustle because he's not stronger than Khalil Mack, right? Khalil Mack is like an elite player, but the thing that Max Crosby is, and why I think he's a Raider, is because this is all hustle. This is all grit. This is all just a grind. You know what I mean? So to me, man, everything that Crosby is, what he stands for, his commitment even to sobriety to make sure that his body's, on top and watching that motor go. He's making an impact. Khalil made an impact, right? But we're winning games with Max, and it's just cool to see.
Okay, but let's hold on. Let's slow our roll there on the winning games part because Max is playing with a much better defense than Khalil Mack is.
I'll agree with that. Our defense is awesome.
I mean, and for that stretch, even more so than Aaron Donald, he was the most dominant defensive player in the game when we had him. Now, Aaron Donald has since taken over, but man, I'm talking about run, pass, coverage. That dude was dominant. He did it all, and there was just like, whoa, they got Khalil Mack over there. What are we gonna do about him? And I understand. I love the hustle and grind, guys. I love those guys. But I also love phenoms.
Yeah.
And Khalil Mack's a phenom, man. That dude he could buck a 330-pound dude to the turf like that. That's a grown freaking man right there. And in my offense, I know you're gonna get me for this one, but it's Derek Carr again.
What? I am surprised.
31 of 34, man.
Yeah, nice.
90% of your passes.
That was incredible. I don't blame you. I mean, we've had 7 games. You picked him, I think, 9 times. Your offensive player so far, but on this one, I can't blame you, man. I can't. Dude, right now.
Put it like this: I can exchange all the other ones for this one. You know what I mean? This is the one time I'm right. Maybe I was biased in the other ones. But this time I'm right on this one. I mean, 90% of your passes, come on. And he threw deep. He landed a couple of deep balls too. Man, that dude's.
He's by far.
We'll talk about this later, but boy, it's amazing what a man could do without Gruden.
Yeah, and honestly, Carr should be everyone's favorite for MVP this year. I mean, it shouldn't even be close. I get what Kyler's doing, but like if you look at what's happened with the Raiders, our offensive line is not great yet. It's not good yet. You know, it's getting better. Our receivers were still unproven, right? Waller missed a game, and he still had the kind of game that he had. So, I mean, as a guy that's been very critical of Carr, I think he's this year's MVP so far.
Whoa, man! You know my
make sure you.
My people might start to like you in the comment section. Whoa!
You know what? Let's edit that part out of the video. I don't. That felt weird. I need some scope or something. Screen. Where's that at? My Boise State fanhood is not feeling good. But no, in all reality, man, I think Carr deserves it. You know, I can't think of anybody else that's doing what he's doing. He's not just playing at a high level. He's bringing this whole team up. You know, and I think he deserves credit for that.
Yes, and I just gave it to him again. Who do you got?
You know, I'm gonna go with Foster Moreau, man. I mean, Waller. That's some big shoes to fill.
I'm not even mad at you for that.
Yeah, I mean, 6 catches, 60 yards, and that touchdown catch, man. I mean, that was incredible. Like, I was there live. You saw it live. You saw it on the big screen. You're like, dang. But then you get home and you start watching it differently, slower, different angles. And it's like, how the hell did he do that? Like, it was like behind. I mean, he had to go around the defender's head, you know, I mean, the strength, the concentration. Man, that guy played and stepped up. And I think he's one of the, if it wasn't for Waller, he'd probably be putting up top 5 tight end numbers. And I'm still thinking, you know, we talked about this off camera, if this team wasn't the Raiders and you start describing the team, what they have, MVP candidate, a quarterback, you know, one of the best weapons in the NFL, up and coming young wide receivers that are among the most explosive playmakers in the league, reliable third and Renfro guy. That's just on offense, bookend left tackle, you know, then you go to the defensive side of the ball, one of the best cornerbacks, you know, outside cornerbacks, one of the best slot corners. You got the NFL's leading tackler, another one that's in the top 10. You know, you got the 2 best edge rushing duo in the NFL, you know, Yannick and Crosby. You start putting all of that together. And if you take the Raiders name out of it, you're like, dang, whoever this team is that I'm describing, that's a Super Bowl contender, right? So I know I say a lot, but I think we're going to the AFC Championship game this year. You know what I mean? Like, but I think this is a team that's going to compete deep into the playoffs for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the run defense, man. This is because we're going to be playing in. I mean, it's already coming into November and going into December. And, you know, there's going to be bad weather games. Teams are going to have to run the ball. Now, What's good is now, which goes into another subject, and that's play calling, being aggressive and throwing the ball down the field. the Raiders have kind of taken the last couple of games. They start, the opposing teams will start out running the ball, but then once Carr gets going and they scored a couple of touchdowns, now these other teams have to, they have to throw to keep up. And so, and that's how they've, gotten rid of the other team's running game. But how are they going to do that when it's, when it's snowing and you have 35-mile-per-hour winds and Carr can't throw the ball as much because of those winds. I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are working right now that we definitely got to adjust. And I mean, if we're being 100% real and honest, I mean, Crosby and Yannick's game, their strength isn't the run game. They're getting the majority of the
Crosby's
snaps.
playing the run well this year.
He's playing it better, but it's not his strength.
He's obviously a better pass rusher, but he's still.
I hope we can. Yeah, to me, I think he hit it right in the head. Like if we start 14-0 again, it's going to be tough, But if our offense now does what it's doing, I think we're going to be in phenomenal shape. I'm just loving what I'm seeing from the team.
I also have some concerns about the offensive line. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I think they're really. I mean, if we're being honest,
They are better. Yeah. Go ahead.
Miller's. I think he's elite. Yes. Everybody else with makeshift offensive line. Nobody else other than James is starting where they were supposed to be starting. But the biggest thing is they started off at the bottom, and they're improving, and that's all, and I hope it gets better because the offensive line needs to be able to, run block. Because if we don't have a run game going into the late season, we're going to be in trouble.
Okay, you know what? I think the Raiders are able to run the ball now because of the way the game is being called. Gruden would just line up on first and second down and run the ball and expect it to work. Now, you have to really be good at what you're doing for you to do something when the defense knows you're doing it. You have to be really good at it. The Raiders aren't that good to where they can just line up on first down and run the ball when the opposing team knows. But, Olsen's doing a good job of mixing things up. And he's, and as far as the pass blocking goes, he's throwing a lot of screens in there to running backs, and not just bubble screens, but screens to running backs, which draws the defense in. And that will, that slows the defense of pass rush down in the long run. And a couple of dinks and dunks where Carr just gets rid of the ball and you stay behind the sticks. And so, for, example, the couple of times that Carr threw the deep ball, it was like third and short. The defense is loaded up trying to stop the run. So, the play action is going to work because it's third and short. Third and, 3 or less, and so, doing certain things on certain downs and distances, Olsen has protected the offensive line in that way. But I'm concerned because, you can tell when somebody's beat, even when Carr gets rid of the ball way ahead of time. I'm still concerned about Brandon Parker, man. I'm not, he was getting beat, but, it doesn't count for anything because Carr got rid of the ball, in 2 seconds. And with that, and I think he's going to have to come in with someone else. Okay, Richie Incognito, I think he'll be back, after they said he was supposed to come in after the bye. And a player that I'm looking at is DJ Fluker. Fluker. I think he needs to he needs to play tackle and leave Alex Leatherwood at guard, or they need to put Leatherwood back out at the tackle spot and put him at guard, one of the two. But that right side needs help.
Yeah, I would. I'd even look at trying to make a trade. Trying to get something because to me we're strong right tackle away from truly making a Super Bowl run this year. And I don't know how many opportunities any team can say that. And maybe Fluker is the guy, but I'd look at moving a second rounder, for trying to find a right tackle that is solid, that's in a team that's not contending, that is going to be in some cap trouble, and try to see if we can get that strong left tackle in there. So,
you mean right tackle?
Right tackle, yeah. Left tackle, we're good. We're good there, right?
Exactly. All right, y'all. That will do it. This is Carl. Peace out.
Take care, guys.